What's up, guys? Today we are going to go over your basic DJ setup. The first two things you'll notice are going to be two CDJs here. Any DJ hardware is going to actually be mimicking vinyl playing turntables. So they're all going to have a platter on top that turns, that you can move. This is mimicking a record that would be playing. You're also going to have a mixer, and this basically controls what everyone's hearing, what you're hearing, the sound effects, the volume of things, just everything that you need to do to actually manipulate the music is mainly happening in your mixer hub. You're gonna have some knobs, some faders, and some things that are actually gonna play your music for you. The most intimidating thing for most people is walking up to a mixer. There's a lot going on here. This is gonna be your industry standard. Most clubs and festivals and just DJ setups are going to have this Pioneer mixer. Now this has a lot going on, and it is made to be able to control 4 different songs playing at once. So we have 4 different channels here. We're gonna look at one channel first. This is channel 1. And each channel is going to have a few important things in it. And these are going to really break down what you hear. So each channel has its own volume fader, which you have it down, you can't hear anything. As you raise it, you start to hear the song that is playing on channel 1. From there, we've got our EQs. So this is going to be to control our highs, our mids, and our lows. They go up, down, or if they stay at 12 o'clock, that is neutral. There is the trim for this channel, which is basically going to control how loud the channel can go. So even if I have my fader all the way up, it's only going to go as loud as the channel trim lets it. From there, this specific mixer has a filter knob. So this is going to control whatever filter I assign to it. Every mixer is going to be a little bit different, but it's really nice to have control over a specific filter on a specific channel. Then each channel is also going to have a cue button. So the cue button is actually going to play in your headphones what is playing on this channel without everyone else hearing it. So you can have your volume fader down, your cue button on, and whatever you're playing on that channel is going to play in your headphones for you privately. So beside the mixer, you're going to have 2 different pieces of hardware, whether they are your CDJs, turntables, whatever size of your controller. Basically, this is going to be song A playing over here and song B playing over here. For example, if we have song A playing on this side, this CDJ is going to be connected to its own channel. So for example, I have this connected to channel 1. The volume that goes up and down, all of the knobs, all the things are going to be controlling whatever song is playing on this CDJ that is connected to channel 1. And then this side is going to be connected to its own channel. So we'll have 2 channels running, 2 separate songs that we can control and use all the faders and knobs with. We also have this other fader. This is the Crossfader. So this little guy in the middle is going to be able to tune us into what we're hearing on this side. And as we shimmy it over this way, we're going to hear what's happening on this side. One song is going to be playing on one channel, another song on another one. Your fader controls that. Now, what you can also do is leave it in the middle and not really deal with it and just play with your volume for each channel, but it just gives you some added control and ability to be a bit more creative, and we love that. Outside of the channels and the faders here, we have a few other important bits. Right here, this is going to be your special effects hub. There's a ton of things you can do here that we won't get into just yet, but it's basically where you can have a bunch of fun. And then the most important thing, in my opinion, is knowing how to use your headphones. This gets really confusing for a lot of people, but it's really the most simple thing. So when you're getting ready to DJ, you have a song that's playing out that everyone's listening to already, right? You want to get the song that you're about to mix in ready to go and make sure that your mix is clean before everyone else hears it. You do that in your headphones. You will have your headphones. You will turn on your cue button for the channel of the song you want to play. And from there, this specific mixer has its little headphone hub over here. I can control the volume of my headphones. And I can also control how much of the cue of the channel that I'm about to bring in, how much of that I hear versus how much of the master sound I hear, which is what everyone else is hearing. So that's a really nice way to make sure that your mix is going to come in really clean and proper. And then besides that, we've got master level. This is just controlling the overall volume. So you're going to find all those things on whatever mixer you're dealing with. Now for this CDJ specifically, we've got a bunch of options, but again, no matter what hardware you're using, you can kind of find the similar functions there. So we've got a play and pause button. This is going to play or pause the song we are playing. We have our platter. This is the most important thing because this is controlling the sound. Now, there are other ways. Sometimes people just use cue buttons. Sometimes there's different ways to make the song play and control it. But if we're thinking back to old vinyl days when people first started DJing, it was a record. They were moving the record. This is going to be our imaginary record. So there's a few things you can do with that. Say I want to have a cue to play that first part of the song or whatever. I can push the button. So you'll hear it that way. Or what we can do is I can have the play on, have the song running, and actually play it that way. We've got all kinds of other options on this specific CDJ. We can control if the song is playing forward or reverse. You can loop things, you can speed it up, you can slow it down, you can do all kinds of really cool stuff. Basically everything about the song that's playing through here, everything that we can't do on the mixer, we can do here. One of the most important things other than actually knowing how to start the song and play it is the pitch control. So this is controlling the speed of the song, the tempo of it. You hear BPM a lot, and that is controlled by your pitch control over here. Again, every piece of hardware is going to have this. You can speed the song up, or you can slow it down. So the way that I really arrived at my preferred setup is I actually started DJing with vinyl on turntables, and then I started incorporating Serato, which allowed me to not have to carry around a bunch of records at once. So for me, I really do like to maintain that hands-on, feel like I'm moving a piece of vinyl or a record, but everybody's different, and that's totally okay. Some people start out DJing on their computer on an app or on their phone. There's no wrong way to do it. It's just really your preference and how you feel you can express yourself. When it's all stripped away, it's really just blending one song into another in a way that's pleasing to our ears. And that's why we have all this stuff to make it sound nice and cool and fun and keep it interesting.